There's Diddle. She's so cute. Isn't she cute? She's the cutest little thing I've ever had. I'm so glad that Diddle came back. Yeah, yeah.
Anyway, how are you today? Are you handling people all right? I hope that you can make an escape every once in a while because it's a pretty rough ecology if nobody can make an escape all right. What I mean is, now let me just pause this and get some glasses. Well, I forget what I mean, and pardon the weird videotape. It's just, see, there's my little baby, and she likes to sleep amongst my sandals and shoes. You know, she feels at home that way. She is so special to me. And anyway, I'm having the weirdest time with people. Let's get back to that. So let's do a little astrology. We're getting away from July, which is dragging. The end of July is like this excruciating nails down the chalkboard sensation for me anyway. I don't know why, but maybe that's just Leo. The kids are in the house now, and they're going to kind of make us turn and look and with our senses. Really, we need to remember ourselves through that anyway. Right? Come on now. Some stuff it can't go away, right? We have to keep it rolling. Some generations have a profound responsibility. Pardon me. How do you like my cricket ass glasses? Anyway, I'm looking at Venus in Virgo, but see, we have Mars in Gemini. Yeah, it's kind of cool that Mars is in Gemini, but Venus squares to the Mars in Gemini. Now, if I could just get the real look here. Sorry about this. I'm going blind, I guess. To see when does it exactly square. Okay, so it's at 21 degrees on the 30th, which is tomorrow of June. We have an exact Venus square Mars, and Venus is in Virgo, and Mars is in Gemini. And I know that square pretty good, but the bottom line is that the Venus in Virgo square Mars in Gemini, men and women not getting along very well right now. Love life kind of difficult right now. So anyway, let me just look at the volume here, make sure that very good. We have sound check properly executed and ready to roll. Yeah, the Venus square Mars, that's a very difficult aspect there with the Virgo and Gemini. Yeah, those mutable squares are very seriously like hard squares. It's definitely, they rub each other wrong. They don't align very well. It's interesting to find out, well, what precisely is refining there in the evolutionary process, which the way it works is that Gemini is one way with its communication skills and details gathering and storing and being of many different labels and very intelligent, you see, but uh, has a lot to learn from Virgo. Virgo has a lot to learn from Sagittarius. Sagittarius has a lot to learn from Pisces. And it's hard lessons, kind of. It's not easy. It's like, well, I don't even get you, kind of a thing. It's like, it could be considered an oil water mix. Yeah. And so, but not really, though. See, the whole purpose of astrology is just to kind of see the difference, the possibility. It is there. It is there, whether you have astrology or not. It's cool how astrology works, though. It points at it and says, well, check it out. And it is there, So, but anyway, I know what a lot of people think about astrology and stuff. So anyway, there is a predictive astrology. I've done that, and progressive astrology. So anyway, getting back to the now, and don't forget that the cosmos, the astrological weather is always, it's coming through people, people, people. The organism, the potentially human organism, it's going to reflect inside, of course. What else? What are we doing? We're watching a rock go through Iraq, yeah, Iraq. But anyway, babes, wow, all the war in the air. How disappointing. But see, when you understand, you can back away from it and don't say, well, why are we going to war? No, it's something else that does that. And why do you contribute to it in any way, shape, or form, kind of a thing? Like, yeah. When I say contribute, I'm saying, well, there goes all the men, I guess, right? I don't know. What's going to happen? What's enlisting now? What is really there? Anyway, I know what is there. It's just a great potential going to hell. Sorry. Great opportunity. So anyway, it's difficult right now with the Mars square Venus. It's difficult for men and women. Mars is too flighty right now for the Venus person, the Venus in Virgo. So you can have this clash going on in people. A man or a woman can have Venus in Virgo, and then a man or a woman or a woman can have Mars and Gemini, and now they clash between each other. Um, it's the desire, the drive of the person of Mars is clashing against the uh, pleasure and desire, like the way Venus is more the lovability and taste values of the Venus. They clash. Mars is too flighty in Gemini. It's like too multi-personality too. It needs to stay too busy. It's always gathering so much information. I want to get into the spaghetti dish that everybody's capable of handling. The mutable signs can. And but see, Virgo is going to say, no, that's a bit too much. Let's find out what's in the sauce. Let's make it more. Let's refine it. There's too much detail. It's getting definitely too spaghetti. See, Gemini starts the spaghetti party, and then Virgo has to refine it and say, but what's exactly? There's many different sauces. You don't just make one entire sauce. There could be all kinds of different sauces and spaghetti noodles. Anyway, why would we have that? But it's a bad example. What I'm trying to tell you is that Virgo is doing quality control better than Gemini. Uh, it's about storing of information with the mutable planets because it does. Gemini is ruled by Mercury. Let's look where Mercury is right now because there is a Mercury ruled Mars. It's been in Cancer. That's difficult to communicate. It's been difficult. I find myself right now, it's like, oh God, what am I saying? I think it's okay. Go ahead and post it. Yeah, there's some videos going up, right? So this is the 29th, but I spoke about the Venus square Mars on the 30th. Rough. It's rough for the men and women right now. I don't know about you, but I've been looking at it. I'm like, are you kidding me? Sorry. I see something so clearly, and it's like, oh no. I'm fine. I think that um, it's true. If you know too much or something, and you can't go back from the truth. And so there you are with your intelligence. What are you going to do? Uh, Try to go to court and say, can I be exempt from this weirdness? I mean, I'm kind of just the heart, ancient, just, I don't need no update there, you see. It's kind of timeless. And anyway, I'm not kidding. Otherwise, you have the other quagmire of mental cases running around. Sorry, it's the truth. Oh, no. And then they're going to say, no, you are. It's like, oh, no. Well, can you make my solitary confinement more like over there in the forest land? I'm fine. I don't want to be in a brick wall. These people want to be in a brick wall. They want to build some iron bars and brick walls all around them. That's their home. All right, getting back to, we're moving into August here, and boy, July was intense. We had some planets shift over, and then now what we're bracing ourselves about over is how that uh, what will happen this time around. It's kind of cool that we're just cruising right along. Oh, we have a steady sextile with Neptune and Pluto and see Jupiter. Jupiter is hauling at us through Leo like really quick. It's weird, but it's going to go backwards in December. It almost goes all the way through the whole zodiacal sign, but then it starts to go retrograde again, and then that's where it is technically slowing down and saying, "No, I'm going to go hit the degrees now." Back. See, we're going through retrograde shadow pretty much. I think. Let's see if we are going through retrograde shadow. Well, retrograde shadow starts at 16 degrees, right? And so, uh, yeah, so anyway, it goes all the way back to 16 degrees and then goes forward. By the time it's 2027 of this time this year, it's kind of going through the same, roughly the same track, but a little bit forth. But the point is that Jupiter is very active in the fire sign of Leo these next coming 6 months, but this month is very intense with it there. And ultimately, you guys, astrology is for personal use. I feel like it's like, okay, so when you ask somebody their birthday, you're asking them, if you're an astrologer and they knew who you were, why you want their birthday is because you can see a lot. It's like looking in their underwear drawer or something, and um, some people might be opposed to it. They're like, well, I don't want you to see exactly who I am, or something like that. It's kind of, you can spy deeply into people, and that's a very. I feel it's like, well, do you mind me doing that? See, I just don't know if they know what we're asking because we can see it. I'm not saying that we'll ever use it. No, if you're a talented metaphysicist and to the point of like paranormal, like if you have, like me, I'm clairsentient, I'm clairaudient, I have been experiencing clairvoyance, yes, and also telepathy is getting pretty close there. It's pretty remarkable. I just go on pure intuition. By now, people are shivering. They're like, ah, like, okay, I'm glad where is she? Let's quarantine her off. Why? Because I have my full faculties on. I have my own agency within me, the narcissist is, okay, all right, I mentioned narcissist at minute 13. I can now say something let's talk about narcissism. They they want to make you doubt every bit of your intuition and every bit of your advance, like it's really just your human qualities. Yeah, because they don't have it. And so they want to take these things from you. They can do stuff it's remarkable. I didn't know I wanted to talk about this, but let's talk about it. You see, did you know that we're going to talk about it more and more? It's the single most solitary right thing to start exposing to everybody to say, babes, because it really affects our human relations. If you don't know that it's possible that you're relating to somebody that's not even there, that's a problem, right? In case you were interested, you know what I mean? If you were interested in getting in a relationship, a lot of people are. They're like, well, I think I'll get married or something like that. God. Did you know, babes, that marriage is for narcissists? That's what happens when they fail at love. Sorry, I'm just one of those people. Think of me as you will, but we can't be impressed with people that live in bondage, and it's not really love. they share a power that is very satanic. Some couples can. It could be hell, and they pose as getting along. That's the main reason why they got married. They do the holidays really well. It's very well known that they get together and hold and get close and arm in arm during the holidays in front of everybody. They take a picture, the snapshot, the object, everybody else, all the other narcissists have in their head, I need to get married too. Look, I just want to be that picture. And they do. They're big on the Hallmark hallway collage of photos that you have to believe that this is who they are when they walk you through. And but you know damn well it's like, no, there's some stuff going on, right? Because you've already seen it, and then now you're there. They don't care about anybody else, by the way. They can't know anybody else. It's strange to pick up on true southerly narcissism. It's very fascinating to really keep fucking talking about it. It's like, whoa, I didn't know, but that's really how it is. Yeah, and so let's go back to Leo, but see, we have Scorpio that says, I'm going to expose Leo a little bit because that's the karma that Scorpio has with Leo. See, that's the fixed squares, and the Scorpio has a hell of a karma with Aquarius. You think that Scorpio is tough to deal with when it comes to the truth and the truth vibes, and also what Scorpio is known for is sex, sex, sex. Well, there's Aquarius over there that constructed a sex robot. You know, they're like, well, check this out, $80,000, and everybody's buying it up. Fucking anyway. Do you even know where your Aquarius is? They're flying in a darn ship somewhere. They're always chasing a neon sign. I don't know. Yeah, maybe it could be a neon slide. Let's go to the most high tech situation and plug in, man. Well, they're 35 years ahead of our time. Here I am, an Aquarius moon. It is an Aquarius full moon tonight. It's actually, see, well, tonight it's rising, but it happened at 10:30 this morning. So anyway, I did a little astrology, just a little bit. Yeah, you know, when you're being pummeled by the narcissist, they're because their brains are damaged, your brains can get damaged. You don't want to hang around people too much and like infuse yourself with their demeanor. You know, you want to be really careful. You want to make sure that you're infusing and getting their good qualities. Now, what good qualities do narcissists have at all? At all, you know. When I think of some that are like gaslighting narcissists, there isn't anything good about that. Those people are crazy. Anyway, it's hard to tell who's who. A lot of people don't know how to discern what we're talking about at all. That's what somebody was trying to sit on my couch the other day, and it's like, thank God she said that because that's thank God that you're waking up. I mean, you're on your way now. You know that she would say. She's like, oh, people don't even open up that far, Sean. I mean, it's like most of them. They're not even cracked. They don't even know that there's something you need to crack. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, yeah, I know. I feel really weird, except for, see, I'm thinking, okay, so what happens? I mean, it gets pretty tough here, and it gets kind of messy right before you die. Yeah, it's like all of a sudden, you know, the person's life, especially if it's a narcissist, right? Oh yeah, especially. Pretty soon, getting near death, like just during the process of literally, you're about to die. Maybe it's what's happening now. The embroidery is flipping over. You have the perfect image of the life on the wall, and then but now you're going to flip over, and now we're getting near death time, and the real relationship starts to happen when people die. You see people come out of the woodwork. They think they got to talk to that person. It could be the daughter or the son, or there's a fight now, and then there's a mess around that person. See, now the embroidery is just like, well, Uh, turn it over, and it's chaos. That's what made up the whole life. Well, that's kind of like how it is. Don't take it seriously because there it is. It's like that. You tried to hold it together, but it fell all apart. Most likely. Was that you? Where are you? Hopefully you didn't take it too seriously to where you can say, I'm still looking at it. That was weird. That's too bad. Did you cuss a lot during the way? Hopefully that means, yes, that you are human, intelligent, intact. You don't give a fuck what people think. You just, shit. What's going on now? Well, you need your glasses to do more astrology. Okay. All right. All right. I got this. What kind of entertainment is this? Oh, I'm going to keep trying to be here for you guys. And for me too, really. What's happening? Oh, God in heaven. May this shit work for us, you see, because we don't control anything, man. But at least meditate, And what is the enemy going to do? All they can do is see that they are spying. They're being monitored spying. They can't really move and do anything. Go ahead and try to say some fucking gaslit thing on my comment section here. It's like, okay. But I think that there's a record where it says, well, somebody might be pissed. It might be back in 2026 years ago when Christ Jesus was like, I got this, hold my beer, bullshit, no, hold my wine glass, or whatever she does. And she's like, that passion was it pissed or passion? I don't know. And she's like, go for it, just go ahead, make my day. All right. I try to do astrology, right? I'm doing it again. Well, we're heading into now. Let's look at the main thing. Saturn is going retrograde. This means apparently, babes, if you've been working on something that it just seems like that you're not getting any leeway about, particularly about your new life. That Saturn in Aries has to do with a new life for a lot of people, and to structure it. And with Neptune in Aries, it's like, make sure you be an artist about it. Yeah, and out of that, some superhero is going to emerge. Yeah, and it can be televised, you see, because you have Neptune. Neptune rules mediums through which God is going to create and communicate and express and say, hey, I'm here. And so Neptune is trippy. See, it rules water, but wow, it rules artistic creation. Every single thing that a artist needs to be artistically expressive and to communicate something like through their violin or through a pencil or a poem, that's what Neptune rules. And see, it rules television sets and the whole thing going on here. See, um, it could very well happen that some cool Aries person figures out what to do with and structures something um, over the truth. Like, let's just say if there really was something that we needed to do over social media here, it's not about people. See, we have a lot of speakers that are going to walk up and they're going to stand up and they're going to try to speak about what we need, like what do we need to do next, kids? What can we do with the direction of attention going towards data centers being closed down? See, there's a certain kind of person that manages to activate and really get this done, and they have. I would love to study who that kind of person is, because can we talk to them about other things? Like, what is that? Is it really working? Like, what's the statistic now? See, the money that is left over when they can't build a data center, it has to go somewhere. Did you know that they have to circulate money? It's called currency because It has to be made, you have to be made current. It doesn't really, now let's talk about that water thing. It doesn't really mean flow. It means to stay buoyant in the now, in the know. And see your elite crew over there, the people that control all science and stuff, that hide everything from you, and now your perception is so gone. Um, they know so much better and more about the nature of creation here and everything that's happening here. And see, because this realm is just one realm, and it's an experimental ground. We want to talk, maybe you people need to start thinking intergalactically. Pardon my recent lisp, whatever it is. You need to start thinking in terms of just elevating up off the earth, maybe somehow imagine, see, narcissists? Oh, I'm sorry, you guys. They don't think about anything. It's weird. You can detect something going on there, which is nothing. It is a hollow situation of no creation going on. It shuts down in front of you. It could shut down right in front of you, like, and you could just stop. It's called the uncanny valley. It gives you this feeling. It's like, it doesn't even matter if you say anything at all. Do you got one of those around you? Um, I don't think that. I think that things are going to change drastically when it comes to our health and what is truly causing. See, being around a non-human entity who can shut down like that on you, and they don't have the stuff of life. They're not going to interact. There's no interaction. If you've noticed, babes, there isn't really any interaction. You can fool yourself for a while and work with them, but you'll notice that working with them, is there something weird going on? It could be one-sided. I don't know. You can find it's like, oh, but it's kind of off, and you find, well, why? The reason why that they do things, them, particularly narcissists, is a different reason why you do it. Like you will collect butterflies and have a butterfly collection or a raising farm for the sake of how it makes you feel inside and out. It gives you, there's so much to study about it. You're learning about the butterflies. Narcissists will do it. First of all, they see you and they're like, ah, and like I do that too, and then they set it up, and they see the attention you get. See, they want to do what gets attention. That's all. And if they want your attention, they're going to say, "Oh, I've been doing butterfly raising all the time," and then you'll see their butterfly fucking raising farm right there. They got it all put together. They might have enough money to do it a little better than you. They want your attention. That's all. They're not interested in the butterflies at all. Nothing about it. You'll see. They will learn. They can learn enough to get the attention, but when it's not getting attention anymore, those fucking butterflies are gonna die, babe. It's like that with them with everything. Now, see, butterflies is a hell of a subject matter to bring up. Like, really? Do they? Yeah, they will. They'll try to allure a person in. See, what they want is a relationship that they can't conduct. Never, ever. Because why? There's nobody there interested in anything. You can't have a relationship with somebody that's not there. This is what is really trippy, man. You, I've been going through this. It's brain damaging after a while. You're like, uh-oh, that person is not interacting, not communicating back and forth. It's pretty fucking weird. It's, it's very, very destructive. It's very, very harmful. It's devastating. It's, it's deteriorating. It's corrosive. It's like it's a subduction zone. What, Shauna? Are you okay? Oh yeah, no, I'm talking about realizing that there's a narcissist. See, this has happened more than once for me recently. And it's like, whoa, okay, so but now you just don't connect with these people. Their conversation, it's a lot like David Ades explains. He says it's like you're there, and they're there, but you're not ever going to connect with them. There's a third party intercepting it or something. I don't know how to explain it. He does it better, but the bottom line is that you're not connecting with anything there. So it feels like it makes you kind of it's just the fucking weirdest feeling. It's like you're in a movie and you have to say, nope, that is a dead person. That person is not there. Now, why are they there in front of you? They want your light. There's something about you that they want. Yeah, there's something about, if it's somebody from the past, you gave them that before and they want it. They'll never tell you. They'll never tell you what they're up to with anything like that. Of course, oh, if it's the work you did before, they're like, yeah, let's get back to getting to do that work. And it's like, but it never went anywhere though. It goes somewhere for them, very mediocre. They get attention. They just want attention, and they'll use anybody, anything. Yeah, they're big users. That's all. I don't know. Fuck, did I want to talk about this? Sure. There isn't anything more to talk about, more important. Um, it has everything to do with what's happening in the world right now today. The way that, see, I want to know how many, in fact, how much artificial intelligence. See, did you know that artificial intelligence is already here as a grid that holds itself, it imprisons itself, it waters its own lawns. It grows lawns instead of food right now. Yeah, yeah. And a lot of you guys are afraid of these machines coming in to track those kinds of people down and wipe them out, right? I swear to God, I had a dream. I was 26 years old, and I told my friend about it, and she freaked out. She's went, because she's a little older than me. In fact, she's like 20 years older than me. But she knows about 1984 and Brave New World, and what this dream was about. Well, what I saw the image too. I saw, you dream and you see, and it's a scene of I'm pulling up to. It's a regular scene, right? I, I'm going to my friend's house, and there's a windows. The whole side of it was a particular style house that had windows that you can see inside really clearly, and everybody is sitting just normally on the couches, around the hookah kind of thing. It's like, oh, I'm just pulling up to my friends, but then I notice this thing coming, and it went in between me and the car, and it was going from house to house, is what I understood. And then it was this thing that looked similar to, have you ever seen the movie, and I don't usually do this, but there's this movie called Abyss, and the water became something, it moved into a worm, and it was able to move inside of the room. And that's what I saw this thing come in my dream. But this thing, it was very, very clear like water, but it had electrical, like Tesla coil look, and it was very like intimidating feeling. And it went inside of the room that I was about to go into, and it went in and it looked at each and every one. And all I remember is thinking, oh no, this thing, what is this thing doing? And I can remember that the feeling of my dream was that it was looking for artificial intelligence. It was looking for a fake person. It was looking for somebody who was not connected, who was not really a friend, kind of a thing. Yeah, because there's two types here. Yeah, and one of them is connected, is present. See, some of those people, I noticed they didn't know it was there. Other ones they did. They went like this and they saw it. Anyway, that dream was trippy. When I told that dream to my friend, she just was like, ah, well, it's kind of happening now. Yeah. And I hate to talk about it like this, but it is true. It is, and they they steal the concepts. They talk about it, but they're not real. What do you mean, Shauna? When they talk about God, Donald Trump talks about God and stuff like that. It's like, no, find out which God they're talking about. There's two types. There's one that is actually connected to the truth and it's buoyant with that. It is fun. It's fun. Yeah. That's the true God. When you really are hooked up into it, you are a healthy person, babe. You know what I mean? Yeah. You have healthy anger. You can have healthy depression. You can go through all the emotions. You're not stuck like a narcissist with any of it. You trust all of your faculties. That's a God person, see? That's very important. It's a truth-oriented person, not a people-oriented person. See, there's people, and then there's God people. Yeah. And see, people are enmeshed in an illusion like a house of mirrors because they don't exist. Well, a lot of them see narcissists. They cling on to each other. They'll cling on to people. They are Klingons. They can't be alone for fucking hardly 20 minutes. Certainly not for 20 days. Not for 20 hours, not really. I mean, see, a lot of people right about now, they say, well, don't you have anything to do? It's like, well, babes, I'm trying to figure out why that you're so... Do you ever give yourself time alone? We know that money requires you to have a busy life. To tell you the truth, the satanic cult requires you to never sit down and relax and be still and fucking figure anything out. We have a society who is so vacated of this information. It's like it's being forgotten. Only a few people will tell people in their tribe or can say, no, don't forget the deceiver wants you all wrapped up in detail after, and it's just so disgusting. I'm so sick and tired of it. It's like, oh God. I mean, really. Like when this place was built from a long time ago, 250 years ago, it was planned. The Rothschilds and Rockefellers are saying, and we'll make it so fucking amazingly difficult that the men's society, the men's side, they're like, oh yeah, we'll fix it, and they go and they get the screw and the bolt and the little glue, and it's such detail. It's like, but look at these structures that are just collapsing, even with all that detail. Like in Venezuela, did you know that those buildings were built to collapse like that? To just smash people down to a fucking inch? And don't listen to them. When they say there's 50,000 people missing, babes, there's like 100,000 people dead. Yeah. Whatever you find out about the government, any corruption, if it's like a 5, well, put 3 zeros on it. It's 5,000. That's how much is happening. So this video is initially to talk about something. The times we're in, there is a time to keep combing and grooming with the truth, with our creative lives. But see, you can't get anything that seems so impossible. See, we have something impossible to do, and that is to just stand up, raise up, and say no to the narcissists some more. That's all. Well, because you can get hurt. They don't understand much. It's really difficult. So you have to turn your attention away and say, well, hello, people. Do you understand what I mean? It's kind of difficult, right? The poor things. Because we can see a world where money says, well, this will take care of it. It's so complicated, right? It really is. Because look how horrible it's all gotten. It's so out of control. Just, we're living in a hell of a time. And I guess what I'm reflecting on is what I'm looking at is just, yeah, it's the Venus in Virgo square Mars in Gemini, and there's just too much detail. And look how it's intertwining, and nobody does essential work only, and it's just spilling off into the ocean. And now we're going to clean up. What mess from what billionaire? You know, they're trying to move money into the hands of people that can handle it, and they can't. They can't. To this day, they can't even handle their own language. They can't handle the responsibility of communicating. They can't handle their gadgets. They don't know what that's for. They can't handle an enlightened person in their life. They're just gonna have a fight with them. It's hard to tell who's who nowadays. If you're lucky, you're able to get way, way, way away from people, and more just get away from it. Sorry. If you do without, I don't know. Pardon me while I go get some water. There's three important things that you need to stay in contact with. Do you have a solid ground to walk on that does have a waterway going through it, potentially? Like, can you mine water? See, land, water, and then grow your food. Three things, babes. If you are not doing that, cuckoo bong, cuckoo bong. Boy, is this the same video? And you're fine with that. That's just the nature of the world, the insanity, of it. What big money is doing to everything. Oh yeah, thank God. So, because you have to pay for water. Instead of going to Disneyland this year, save some water, make sure you just put it in the water fund. And see, with some things that we figure that will come up because there's a constant combing happening with the fact that okay, so what I wanted to talk about, see, if the human faction does not positively ID themselves using a decoding system or whatever, but be fun, have humor, that's how you know that it's coming on the rise. It's laughter with an S, to tell you the truth. If it doesn't happen, see, when they shut down an AI data center, there's like $150 billion now seized, and it's just sitting there. What do you want to do with it? See, what they'll do is they'll just go and they'll do an asphalt project, and they'll bury somebody over there, somebody at the preschool. They will, what I was talking about my last video. God, I can't believe that went public. Because I'm trying to record things and anyway, 40 minutes, huh? 43. I should just turn this off. This is for later on down the line. We have stressful time with the Venus square Mars, men and women finding something out. It's kind of weird being here. I see something very obvious and I'm like, wow, I can think about it, but what does that matter? What I mean is I see what's happening. My question, and I'm not a biased person, I don't know why the hell this comes up, except for there is a Venus square Mars. My question is, do men see narcissistic men? Again, I'll talk about it. My friend of 14 years that I loved dearly, and he was a man's man, and he was my man, he used to talk about them. Yeah, he used to talk about them. It was a big problem. Uh, and but because it is. It's the number one big problem. If there's mankind is going to talk about the non-human side that he sees. It's like, why is that guy even sounding like that? And then he would say, because that person was so skilled. He was very skilled in gardening and sewing. This was my man. In technical tree removal, climbing up, swinging this way and that way, in building cars. I'm like, I saw him build a car from the ground up one day. I'm not kidding. It's like this guy just put that thing on its axle and then stuck an engine in it, and it was like 3 hours later. I don't know. That person was a man's man. He taught a crew of tree removal artists up here everything they know. He was a legend up here, and we ended up together. Anyway, what's my point with that shit? Oh, he used to talk about narcissistic men all the time. And I didn't know what he was so upset about because I didn't have to deal with it. I made my own money. I didn't have those. I knew that it was there, but I didn't know the extent of what was going on with it. I would not expose myself at all. See, after a while, he would talk to me about it. He would be upset and he would say, "Girl," and he would warn me. He would say, "And all they want to do is fuck," or something like that. But he meant it because we got along really great. Like 3 times a day, I'm telling you, we were really well together. That's important to me. I am a Mars ruled woman. It's like, hi, that's my subject matter. Let's go. But no, see, well, having said that, minute 46. Oh man, this is a tough subject matter. Having said that, I did have to do the work that I think all women have to do this work with men, is that they kind of bring him into his body and they try to make it a sane place to go as far as the sex, of course. Otherwise, forget it. And see, that's just an automatic. And if he's not trainable and he doesn't learn like a certain pressure, speed, pattern, and like a synchronized thing, and if he can't do it over and over again, which spells for her safety and more comfort and orgasm, she obligates herself not to reproduce it with it. That is like just a basic because that's just like, does she have to even think about that? Is she still going to reproduce with the damn thing when it can't figure out anything and leaves her unhappy all the time? Oh, sure. So you want to have my kid now, huh? No, see, she can, now this is a really controversial subject matter. Why the fuck am I talking about this? But it's true though. 900 years ago, they killed all the women who were practicing birth, pregnancy prevention remedies. Here I go again talking about it. For some reason, I want you to, I guess this needs to be understood. They were practicing just safe a plant. This is a plant that you can drink that it's not cancer causing. It disallows you from getting pregnant. They were doing that in order to make the place of sex safe. They said, no, we'll hold off. Sorry, I've got something in my eyeball. And this is what a bonobo ape does, a tribe called the bonobo apes. They don't tell us about this tribe of apes. We only hear about the chimpanzee. And the chimpanzee is male ran, it's very cannibalistic and violent. The bonobo ape is very different than that. They're definitely not doing cannibalism. So I don't really want to talk about this right now. This just seems like it. But this scenario that keeps coming up where I think that people need to kind of look and see it like scientifically. The part that the woman plays in structuring the entire society, if she cannot be there as, in fact, the number one reason why everything, the quality control. She does quality control. Yeah, a woman that is, babes. They killed the leaders, which is the leaders of women too, you see. See, I was talking about my friend who, he was a man's man. Yeah, but I think that there is some confusion when it comes to, boy, I'm working something out right in front of you. When it comes to how the man is being influenced by a psychologically homosexual society, really, it's their claiming to be marrying women, and we love God, the Father, the Son, and let's Holy Ghost that thing. hardly awake after a while. I was like, what did you just say? Would you stop it? And you don't even have a picture of the hood up there. Huh. And that's an organ over there. They're playing an organ in the church, and it's not the right one. I don't know. Any woman would say.